This is the Hobby Nonsense Podcast. People listening at home, people watching clips online, you don't know how in my head I am about starting this podcast and getting the exact words right. It's absolutely infuriating. I'm sorry for the pause.
You're doing a great job, Jesse.
Ray, I got to tell you. So Ray Solorio is in the studio with us today. I'm going to introduce Ray. We're going to talk more about who Ray is, what Ray's here for. But before we do, you may be questioning, well, what happened to Mike? Is he out? What happened? Mike is going to continue to be on the show. Ray will hopefully continue to be on the show. This show is only the second episode, right? I am just as curious where the show will go as most of you are. Granted, I have some ideas, and I am taking all of the suggestions that you guys give, the positive feedback and the negative feedback, into account. And I really do appreciate it. I honestly do. And what I think this show will continue to evolve into is maybe more of like a single host with multiple recurring guests that come on the show, sharing their expertise. But that also leaves room for other people coming in, talking about things that none of us probably thought we cared about. But interestingly enough, we heard more about it, and then we really started to care about it. That's what I want. I want to have like a Joe Rogan-esque podcast where you've got guys coming in, cycling through some of the same ones, and then some new ones when you've got different topics to discuss. So all of that as it relates to non-sport cards and collectibles. So that is what this is continuing to change into. So there you go. There's your update. Now then, who is this man sitting across from me is a different story. Ray Solorio.
Jesse Gibson. How are you, sir?
Do you remember how old we were when we first met?
I mean, it would have to be sixth grade, right?
I think, yes. Sixth grade is exactly. Grade. I think we were probably 11 years old or something like that. I remember. Is that how kids are? Well, my daughter's 10, going on 11 in the next month or two, and she will be going into sixth grade next year. So yeah, I think so. I think that's right. I don't know.
Go back. That's a long time. I mean, we're 38 years old.
Granted, we may have spent the last almost 2 decades without really talking to each other, but that's neither here nor there.
That's why the hobby is so great, right?
Is it not, right?
Yeah.
It's the fact that we found each other despite the years of silence just goes to show the hobby really connects us, doesn't it?
It's like, oh man, Jesse, you do this. And then you're like, oh, Ray, you do this. And it's like, we get back together. Like, it's like old times, hanging out in your mom's bonus room, allegedly downloading St. Lunatics on Napster.
How in the world?
Crazy, right?
Dude, with your brother Jacob. How do you I didn't know I remembered that until you said that.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
It couldn't have been the Nintendo Wii because that was before.
No, it would have been either we only had, before that was only PlayStation 2 and Nintendo 64 that we had, but I wouldn't doubt that someone brought one over. Was Jerry there?
Jerry was not there.
Okay.
Jerry was not there.
Okay.
It was me, you, your brother Jacob, and Dustin Collins.
Dustin Collins?
Yes.
When was this? I need to, my memory is so terrible. I have mentioned Dustin on the show before because Dustin is actually one of the ones who got me out of the hobby, unbeknownst to him.
Whoa.
Are you in touch with Dustin at all?
No, I haven't seen him in forever.
I think he still lives around here. I've talked about him on the show. If he ever listens to this, he's going to be like, what the heck's going on here?
Wait, so he got you, so you're in the hobby, you're in, you're out, because of him, you're out.
Let me explain. Yes, that's a great question. It doesn't really make sense. So we'll get into what this whole show is going to be. I've got a whole rundown.
Sorry,
we're going to talk about things, but me and Ray got to do a little catching up, real quick. So Dustin, so you and I met in middle school.
Correct.
However, Dustin and I met in elementary school.
Oh, so you go way, way, way back.
Exactly. I was collecting cards at that time, sports cards, believe it or not. And at the time, I had a number of Jordans that I collected.
Okay.
I had this I don't remember all the Jordans I had, but I do remember I had this one that was like all gold, and it was very cool. Granted, it could be worth nothing today.
Like a skybox or something like that.
Yeah, probably. And I had this nice little collection in my little binder, and he, as my friend, convinced me, because he was a huge Jordan fan.
Yes, big
huge
Jordan
Bulls.
guy.
Yeah, and
He would get all the new Jordans like the week of. I remember
know.
that.
Yeah. He had some kind of nice connect, because we did not have a lot of money, so the fact that I had the Jordans I had, I was very proud of. But again, I didn't know anything about collecting. I just knew I liked Jordan. I was getting cards, and that's what you did. So I didn't know anything about collecting rookies or why someone would be more valuable. And he tells me, like, I think we're at lunch or something, and he's telling me about how his collection of wild card, just random players, I think they were even maybe college players. He's like, yeah, one day these are going to be worth way more. And I know he had to have known at the time. And granted, again, we were friends. We still continued to be friends up through middle school, at least. And so I was just like, yeah, sure. Not realizing, like, oh, that's a dumb move.
But what was the trade? Was it like 5 for 1?
It was all of my Jordans for like
2 bags, chocolate.
So many, not even chocolate milk bags.
Yeah.
It was for so many wild cards. And I was just like, well, this is a higher stack of wild cards than this stack of Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So that must be more valuable.
Quantity.
He wouldn't just say that.
Yes.
And yeah. After I realized what I had done, I stopped collecting altogether until
I got screwed.
There was somebody that I trusted, and he took advantage of my naivete, and here I am today. Yeah, so I didn't get back into it until I dabbled back into it in high school, like freshman year, I think. Yeah. I started my eBay account then.
Really? Freshman year?
Yeah. Freshman or maybe sophomore,
like,
but freshman, yeah.
Sending checks, money orders, and all that stuff back then, huh?
It was much more complicated than it is today. But I remember buying and selling like Steve McNair cards at the time.
Oh, man.
Dude, like it was, yeah. I mean, I did have, and that's where I've got a folder. I'll show you later in the other room. Again, we're talking about sports cards, but that's kind of how that started. So anyway, that's fast forward. You and I met
30 years.
You and I met. What was it? A few months ago?
Yeah.
And maybe was it longer than that? I don't even remember.
Time flies, man. You know,
you are a big Pokemon guy.
I'm a big Pokemon guy,
and but you also do what's your other business?
I buy, sell, trade stuff on eBay. You know, like I go to like, Nashville Flippers everywhere.
That's the name of
YouTube,
the thing, right?
The company, yeah.
Nashville Flippers.
The Nashville Flippers.
Okay.
We do also have a podcast, This Week in Reselling, each and every week where we talk about, buying and selling stuff. Listen to it everywhere you listen to podcasts.
I have to act shocked, but I do know about this. And I have checked it out. I do enjoy it very much. Yeah, it's very cool.
This Week in Reselling on YouTube every week, and we do have a YouTube channel. Find us everywhere on socials.
Okay.
But, we do everything, man. I mean, I started doing this, just to like pay some stuff around the house, pay for the Netflix account. But now, now that it's become like a behemoth of a thing, it's like, I use it to like support my Pokemon habit pretty much.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So, let's do this. Let me do a quick rundown because that's where we'll pause it and then we'll get back into the Pokemon. Because what I want to do is give everyone in the audience a chance to catch up on their Pokemon knowledge, and not just like in the last year or two, but let's talk about it as if you know a little bit or maybe even next to nothing about Pokemon. And
because it's confusing if you don't know anything about Pokemon, because I have a lot of reselling friends in the space that like, they always send me pictures. They're like, oh, Ray, I found this binder at a garage sale. Like, how much do you think I can get out of this? And I'm like, maybe $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of like nuance to the cards. Probably, like I don't know a lot about sports cards.
Okay.
Like what's a good box, what's like, and I'm sure a lot of the sports cards, I'm sure the sports guys are the same thing as, to the Pokemon.
I'm sure that's the thing, but there's so much overlap. So let's pause for a second. We'll get back to that. The rundown of today's episode is really going to be about Ray and I discussing not just Pokemon and how it got here, but we're also going to start with some new releases. I'm going to discuss a few things that are coming out this week, and that's one of the reasons why we're talking about Pokemon, even though we talked about it a little bit on the first episode. We're going to talk about it a little bit more now just because of how big of a release this is, as well as a few others. Then we're also going to talk about what is a non-sport card? Because we kind of established what we thought wrestling was last episode, right? But there's such a wide world.
Like, do you consider that a non-sports?
Hold it, Ray. That's a great question, and I want to talk about that exact thing when we get there. But not only that, but what are some more popular sets as well? Are you looking to get into non-sport collecting? Are you listening to this for the entertainment value, but at the same time you're thinking, I wouldn't mind adding a few of those to my collection? We'll talk a bit about what some of the more popular sets are, some stuff that's actually attainable to get. And then we will close out with a little bit of mailbag as well. I did drop a mailbag post in the non-sport cards nonsense group on Facebook. I don't know if I'll do it every episode, but I think it is something interesting, especially after I started reading a few of the questions. It's different than what we get on the other sports cards nonsense posts. So that's how we're going to start it off. I don't have a sound effect yet.
Which one? The mailbag one?
I have an old rundown.
Big picture.
Nope, that's big picture for sports cards nonsense. Forget that. That never happened.
What is the rundown one? This is the rundown.
No. Oh, I don't have it recorded. It's just me saying the rundown. Let's get into it. So new releases are coming out this week, but we've also had a few in January already that we're going to talk about. The big new release that comes out this week, though, is going to be Pokemon Prismatic.
Ooh.
That is the one that, again, why I wanted to have you on as a big Pokemon collector. This one is setting, I feel like it's got to be close to setting records for brand new product coming out as far as pricing goes. That is something that we're going to, since we're talking more Pokemon in a few, we'll wait to get to that one. Another big release that comes out, I say big, another release that comes out this week that is exciting for some. Others will be interested, I think. Elvis Presley Icons Collection from Leaf. So here's the thing about this set. I know that there are going to be collectors of this.
I don't know much about Leaf. Is like the super expensive?
No. Leaf is not super expensive.
Am I thinking like
typically
Flawless?
No, so Flawless is actually going to be a set from Panini. This is going to be Leaf Company they make a number of celebrity cards, in fact. So they are known for, really their sports cards, but I would say even more so, not more so, but equally so these days, they're non-sport cards.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what me and a number of other collectors in the non-sport space think when we think of, say, a celebrity auto. That typically, you're looking at Pop Century. Pop Century is a very popular product when it comes to celebrity autos because there's not a lot of like recurring, each year a celebrity auto product that comes out, at least not yet.
So this is just Elvis Presley cards?
So these are just Elvis Presley cards.
What's like the hot, like his like peanut butter and banana sandwich card, or like
there's stained sheets from when he was eating those? No, I'm joking. That's not true. Yeah, no, that's a complete lie. Actually, I'll share some on the screen for you. So here's a few of them. You got,
wow, those are great.
There's like some gold record. There's a lot of cards that have no real differentiation as far as like an auto or anything. He's not signing anymore. That's a fun fact. A lot of people didn't realize. But there's
newsflash.
There are going to be some that have cut.
Look at that.
Autos. So you have some of those. You've got these gold and platinum record parallels that are in there. There's also going to be a number of cards that have relics that include like swatches of his clothing in there.
That's really cool.
And then this is becoming more and more of a thing too. There are cards that even have hair in them. There's one like a duet where it's like a swatch of Elvis's clothes
and Elvis hair?
And Frank Sinatra hair.
Wow.
Okay. Again, I want to
in the future they can like clone.
I want to preface $84 for a box of this is not. That's why I think people are going to buy it because it's not crazy overly priced.
How many packs are in the box?
It's not even. It's like it's not a multi-pack. The box will have 7 cards.
7 cards,
and
with the chance of pulling a lock of Elvis's hair for 80s. That's
the way you're describing it is the way I'm thinking of it personally. I'm not a buyer. I don't care about this. Him and my granny have the same birthday.
Ooh.
And that's really the only connection to Elvis that I really have.
Is she a big Elvis guy or Elvis girl?
She's an Elvis gal. She's at 90 years old and she still enjoys his music. However, I have no real need for Elvis cards in my life. And I think this product,
you gonna get grandma a box?
I think this may be a little bit too old for a lot of the collectors out there. Now, that doesn't mean there's a lot of, I don't want to say old collectors out there, but there's some guys who are young and collect Elvis stuff and other entertainment people from over the years. That being said, there was a release that happened. I think it was technically at the end of December, but everything else is saying it came out like early January. So I can't get an exact date on this, but there was a Marilyn Monroe release from Leaf as well. That was another one that just came out recently that has been popular, at least in the sense that the sale price would make you think, because it's going for like $575 a box. This one includes 17 cards.
Okay.
And I think, and I hate to say this, it's going to the weirdos. I mean,
You think so? What are you getting, like little strands of her hair in there?
You're getting the hair strand. All right, that's a given. But you're also, I mean, at least that's the hope. I don't think every box comes with hair strands. But you're also going to be getting like things of like negligees and like,
really,
that's what the cut little swatches that go on these cards are very interesting. I think that's what people are chasing.
The one of one.
I can't imagine why people are buying this at $575 a box, but
that MSRP
they are.
Or is that the resale value?
That's what they're selling straight from the companies that have direct distribution. So, but then you look at eBay sales, because again, this is where there was a little confusion. But as early as like the last couple weeks, or no, last week even, there was a card that sold, a one of one hair strand card,
Maryland,
for $1,500.
Priceless.
But as you go through some of this, there's a handful of cards that have done more than what the box sells for. I don't know if this is going to be the one for you if you're a Marilyn Monroe collector. I mean, if you got to have her, then yeah, maybe. But the price for a box just seems pretty outrageous.
$500?
Almost 600. Yeah, 575. So there's a couple new releases. Another new release that did already come out, High Tech. That is a Topps Star Wars product.
Ooh.
This is one of those products that I was very disappointed I did not get any of it. So we, myself and my partner with Sports Cards Nonsense, we have distribution or direct distribution with Topps. So we get to break a lot of these products. And this one slipped through the cracks. Basically, it was a whole thing. Didn't see the offer to accept, so I didn't end up getting any of it. And by the time I noticed and asked, it was already sold out. It was all the distribution they had was gone. It's been pretty popular. I don't know if it's like the most popular thing, but it was also priced at a point where it was much more affordable. It wasn't meant to be like this all-time great Star Wars product, but it was meant to be a very fun and more cost-friendly product to get into. So it was like I think it came out actually at like $140, but it's up to about $170 on Blowout right now. So I would say if you can get this thing for $150 or so, you're probably doing pretty well. That's another one that is the first for this year.
What are some of the hot cards that are?
I think every case has like one auto in it. So if you can get an auto in that product, you're doing pretty well. They're pretty cool in the sense that they have, what's the term when it's like see-through?
Transparent?
That is a term for see-through. Yeah, that is a term for that.
Like the card that you can kind of like, it's like a plastic see-through.
Exactly. Yeah. There's another term for it in the card space. I can't think of it, but that is what it is, which makes it look kind of cool. And I think that's like the high tech part of it, right?
Gotcha.
So those are cool. You also have sketch cards, and a number of parallels and some low numbered stuff that you can get. That was one other one. There's, I think, a couple others just I wanted to mention real quickly that have come out this year that we just, this podcast, we're on our second episode, like we've mentioned. I haven't had a chance to really talk about these as they've come out. So I did want to just mention some of my personal favorites. The Marvel Masterpieces 92 Platinum. This is like an update of the original release. I love Marvel Masterpieces. We're going to talk more Marvel cards as we get closer to the big X-Men 97 release that is coming very soon. We haven't been given an exact date yet. We're hoping to get someone actually from Topps to be on the show for that release to talk a little bit more about it as well. So this is one that Upper Deck used as far as when they were getting, I guess, I don't want to say getting rid of product before they lost licensing, but it was one of the cooler products that they had right as they lost their Marvel licensing at the end of 2024. So that is one of the better ones, I think, in my opinion, of all the ones that kind of came out at the end of the year from Upper Deck. Then one other one, Fleer Retro Looney Tunes.
Ooh.
This is another...
what's your favorite Looney Tune character?
Mine personally?
Yeah.
Bugs, of course.
Bugs. You're a Bugs guy.
Oh, I'm a Bugs guy all the way.
No Daffy?
No, Daffy was he really made me mad. I was not a Daffy guy. If anything, a Tasmanian Devil. You could throw me in with Taz, but...
Underrated.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And fairly so, I think, because he never had really any speaking roles. Not many, you know?
Do you remember watching the cartoon?
Oh, of course. That's why I care about this product. Well, and that's the thing. So this is another one. So Fleer, which is produced from Upper Deck, this retro Looney Tunes set came out at, I think, close to $300 a box.
Wow.
And this has come down to about $250 you can get it for right now. But people are chasing the PMGs. They're these like green, red. There's a few different parallels where it's a numbered. If it's hard to explain what a PMG is, but it's like this metal card, metal looking card.
The plate, like they used to print the.
No. It's not an actual plate. It's just like a card that is printed to make it look metallic, but it's very dark or tinted to the color that you're chasing. So if it's like a green PMG, the picture on it will be almost like tinted that way.
But it's not a metal card.
No.
Gotcha.
It's But that's the idea is PMGs are the more popular ones. They sell for more money. And I think that was one of the reasons why it came out at such a high price, but they've been selling. People have been going after it. And there seems to be at least somewhat of some resale market on those too, not just for collectors, but for some who were trying to flip as well. So those are a few of the more notable ones that have come out and the ones that are coming out this week as well. Now then, we talked about new releases for 2025
new
up to
releases.
This point. Listen, Ray, we save the little...
I can do the sound bites without
one-liner.
you having to hit the buttons.
All right, that's fair. I was going to say, I do the sound bites around here, but that's the other part. This is a whole new world. I like that. I like that Ray's over here introducing new sounds for us. Our new product that is the most popular one that will be coming out this week is Pokemon Prismatic.
Prismatic Evolutions, man.
I mean, this thing seems to be taking the world by storm. And before we go more into that one, because we talked about it a little bit on the first pod, I want you to talk to us a little bit more about how can I get up to date on my Pokemon knowledge? Because I collected a little bit as a kid. I never really played the game as much. I can distinctly remember being in Hawkins Middle School with you.
Shout out to the Commandos.
Yeah, shout out to Commandos. And seeing kids playing Pokemon, the game, on these tables, never thinking like, oh, we need to be keeping these in perfect condition or anything like that. I mean, that was, what, 1999, wasn't it? I think like when this stuff came out, that was when kids were playing, when I was in middle school, when we were both in middle school. So now I find myself and others are asking that question, how do I get into this now? How do I collect this now? Because they see the values of these cards. They see that there's obviously demand, and they know that their kids now are wanting these cards just like they did when they were the same age. So maybe you could bring us up to speed on how Pokemon got from the trading card game that you and I remember in middle school to today.
This phenomenon that is.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember, if people don't know, Pokemon is the #1 selling IP in the globe.
That's so funny you say
More than
that.
Disney, more than Marvel, more than Star Wars, the #1 selling IP on the planet.
That's actually 100% accurate. Not that you would lie, but I actually pulled this up moments before you got to the office today to look, because I think I mentioned that on the last one. I was like, I think that's right, and I wanted to talk more about it. But yeah, it's $98.9 billion according to a report that came out last year.
Insane, and I feel like it goes back to like when us being kids and like like their marketing tactic, right? It's like, you got to catch them all, right? It's almost like we've been like conditioned to buy this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Every generation that comes by, they release a new game with new Pokemon, and it's like, okay, I got to have the new one. I got to have this one. I got to get them all. It's like we've been conditioned since childhood that we have to have, to the point to where they release 2 different versions of the same game, because if you want to get this Pokemon, you got to go get this version of the game.
Did you have one of them? I had red. I had red. My brother had blue. Red.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't have a brother to trade with. So on the bus, you would have to find, hey, do you have this? Do you have this one and this one?
Now, do you have the Game Boy Color, the card or the cable to exchange?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like from birth or from, being young, you've been conditioned to like buy this stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Okay.
But to your point, Jesse, going back to your question, like, how do you collect and all that? A lot has changed since the playgrounds of Hawkins Middle School.
Okay.
Since the lunch tables of Hawkins Middle School. All right.
Like when Josh Boone punched me in the face.
Listen.
That was a different.
Listen.
Things have changed.
When you brought that up on the Sports Nonsense podcast, I knew exactly. I was there.
I know you were. You were one of the ones who I thought you might have even been one of the ones that was like holding him back after the whole incident.
I'm like, don't let him go because he's going to go after Jesse. I remember sitting in the principal's office.
Oh, you had to go to the principal's office too?
Explaining what had happened.
If anyone doesn't understand, this is a callback to a previous episode of the other pod that I do where I got punched in the face in the 7th grade from a kid that was allegedly. Allegedly punched in the face. I mean, my nose and the blood might have disagreed if it was alleged, but yeah.
We just want to make sure we don't get any legal altercations there.
But anyways, Ray was part of that story too.
So we go back. I've been protecting Jesse since I was a little young lad.
So. That's so funny. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so back to Pokemon. So a lot has changed. Back when we were kids, Wizard of the Coast was making the Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So whenever you hear WotC, which is an abbreviation for Wizard of the Coast. Okay. So when people say, "Oh, I only collect WotC cards, WotC era Pokemon cards," that's what they're talking about.
Gotcha.
So it's 1999 to 2003 was the WotC era of the Pokemon cards.
Okay.
So.
Is that like the golden age of Pokemon then?
That's like the vintage, there's still vintage that's after that, but then the Pokemon company started taking over, making the cards, manufacturing them and distributing the cards. But before it was Wizard of the Coast, the same people that make Magic the Gathering. One of the Grail cards is actually a test of a Pokemon card where it's Blastoids on the front and the back of it is a Magic card. It's the same card. So the back of the Magic card is Magic.
Because they make Magic cards.
Correct. So they were just testing those print runs to see how they would come. So Blastoise, so that's one of the, grails out there. I don't even know if there's multiples.
Oh, really? There could just be
I don't know, like one of ones or whatever. But but yeah, so after 2003, Pokemon's down. 2003 Pokemon is down.
Not just not as many people collecting it anymore, playing the game.
The kids that were playing it, they're now all in high school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Makes sense. They moved away from
their
target audience.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're down, and that's where like some of the cards that you see people really wanting to collect now was that odd era of like when Pokemon was down, like the 2003 to 2005, 2006. One of the cards in there is like one of my favorite, which I just finished collecting the series, and that's these gold star.
So Ray brought his Zion box that is completely filled with some of the
just some examples.
But these are like, okay, so I'm gonna hold it up to the camera. We if anyone didn't know, this will be posted on YouTube. Not the full episode comes out about a week after we air it on the online, or I'm sorry, as a listen only podcast, but then we're gonna do clips. But that being said,
that's cards I'm looking at. That's one of my grails right there, Jesse.
What is this? What is actually, I don't even know how to pronounce the name.
Rayquaza.
It's a BGS 6.5 from 2005. What does something like this go for?
So I think last time I comped it was around 5K.
No way. Yeah. This one is?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy to me. I don't even know how to pronounce Rayquaza.
Rayquaza is one of the legendary Pokemon, and this is like again, when Pokemon was down, and the cool thing about this card and all the Gold Star cards, which as you can see right after the name, there's a gold star, and that's what considers it a gold star.
Oh.
For every 2 booster boxes,
Mhm.
you were maybe getting a gold star.
So this is what you're looking at, like from the beginning of Pokemon
From
up
like
till now?
for
For rarity, that is?
Not necessarily. They just
okay.
make that just the gold star cards.
Okay.
There's like a set of gold stars. And the cool thing about that card and other gold stars is that was the first time that the artwork came out of the box.
Oh, out of the frame.
Out of the frame of the box.
Gotcha.
So people were going nuts.
That was like the
that was a big
birth
thing.
of what we now see as like
It's
full
like a
art
full
card.
art or a special illustration card. And the other cool thing about Gold Star cards is that each of the Pokemon that are on there are the color variant of the Pokemon. That's the second time Pokemon ever did that.
Oh, really?
So, for example, this Umbreon Gold Star, his little like colors in there, they're usually yellow, and this one is blue. So in the Pokemon game, in Pokemon Gold and Silver, there was like this thing to where for every like Pokemon that you try to catch, there's like a color variant of that Pokemon.
Okay.
So like a Charizard, instead of being orange, is black. So that's the shiny.
I've seen that. I didn't realize what that was.
So that's like the variant of it. And the Gold Star cards are the second time Pokemon ever did that.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. So that's what that's all about. Why they're different coloring for
and so the cool thing about this Umbreon Gold Star is this is a Gold Star that's not hollow, which is weird, but this card was given out in packs during competitions. And then nobody cared about these cards.
Competitions for the TCG
For the TCG game.
Okay.
And so they would open up the packs and just like throw them in the garbage. So a lot of these cards were like discarded.
Really?
Yeah. And so they're really rare. The last card out of the set, there's like 23, I believe. Don't quote me. I have them all. I just completed them.
Wow.
The last one that I needed was an Espeon and a PSA 1. I paid $1,500 for a PSA 1.
No way.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize like things outside of some of the like 1999 Pokemon cards were doing that kind of money for a PSA 1.
Correct.
I can only imagine what a 10 would go for.
Oh, I mean, we could look it up real quick, but it would be.
Are we talking like 6 figures, or is it like
I would think it would be up
mid-5?
there for sure. So like,
wow.
Yeah. So, getting out of the WotC era into the current Pokemon, distributing and all that stuff, it's still down. And then it kind of bubbles up. See, Pokemon started doing something really smart to where anytime there's like a new Pokemon game or a new thing that really gets people's juices going.
Yeah.
See, I got back into the hobby in 2016 because of Pokemon Go.
Dude.
So the release of Pokemon Go
got
a lot of people back into the hobby of collecting Pokemon. They're like, oh, I remember these. I used to collect all these Pokemon cards when I was a kid, da-da-da-da-da. And the smart thing that they did during that time in 2016, they released a set called Pokemon Evolutions.
Okay.
So that was, the majority of those cards were reprint from the original base set.
Oh, really? Okay.
So like the Charizard.
All the 151, the original 151.
The original 151s, and they would reprint. This is the 1999 unlimited Charizard right there. So
this card is like the same or very similar art to what like the most expensive Charizard out there.
That's okay. So going back, and I want to explain what you're holding there. So Jesse is currently holding a PSA 9 unlimited Charizard. So 1999 was released in 1999. So that's the one that you would play with on the playground when you were a kid.
Okay.
That card probably 25, 3K.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As a PSA 9. Okay.
As a PSA 9. PSA 10 jumps dramatically.
Significantly. Okay.
So, first edition, that's the first release.
Okay.
First edition, first edition and Shadowless, that's together.
Sure.
Right?
Okay. Yep.
Second release is just Shadowless without the first edition stamp.
Gotcha. Okay.
Third release is just unlimited with the shadow, and that's what that is.
Thank you. Okay.
If you find a Charizard that is shadowless but doesn't have the first edition stamp, it's like the second release, which is still worth a lot. worth more than that.
But that makes sense why there are some Charizards that look the exact same as that first one, but it's like, why is the value not the same?
Correct. And then they have a base set 2 Charizard, and those you'll see number 2 where the first edition stamp would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Actually on the card.
On the card. And then, of course, when Evolutions came out, there was a reprint of this exact card, but the holo pattern is different. And then you'll see down on the bottom right, you'll see the Evolutions. You won't see it in there.
Okay.
But you'll see the set. Like they usually do like set artwork.
Oh,
like a little symbol or something like that to differentiate where the set came from. They don't do that now. I think now they just do abbreviations.
Gotcha. Okay.
But during that time, they did that. But that's what that's what got me
back into it. Because did you have any of your cards from when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. My second grade teacher, Mrs. Cranch.
Oh, okay.
No, it would have been middle school. So somebody has one of my teachers took
No, wait. She took
them? She took them. I think it was Miss Corley. You remember Miss Corley?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I do know the name, but I can't remember what she did or what she was. What was she in? What was her?
I don't know.
Okay,
maybe math or something.
You just remember that the
or Miss
name.
Brock. I can't remember.
I never had Miss Brock.
Who was that? But someone took my Pokemon cards. So getting back into it, I don't know anything about Pokemon. Okay. Right? I just remember collecting it when I was a kid, but I want to start collecting again. Right? So you go to Walmart or you go to Kmart.
Oh, that's where I got my cards was Kmart. Yeah.
And you look for, these boxes and you're a little confused. Like, what should I buy? So you're going to these stores and you see booster packs, which is the same thing you bought when you were a kid. So it's like $5. I could buy a couple of these booster packs.
Back in 2016, 17. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then, they have collection boxes, which, they have multiple packs in each collection box. Mm-hmm. And then you can go to a TCG store or your LGS.
Yeah.
And then you can get a booster box, 36 packs in a booster box.
Oh, wow.
And then you're like, oh man, this is, a lot of cards. So
that was not even a dream when I was a kid. When I saw people getting Pokemon, it's like, you just wanted a pack or two.
You just wanted a pack.
You couldn't get a box.
You couldn't get them. No.
And what's funny too, is I played when Pokemon Go came out, it reignited my love of Pokemon. But since I didn't collect the cards and I didn't play as a kid, other than, a few here and there, it was just more of my love of the game of Pokemon because I had the Game Boy Color and like I said, I was playing that all the time. I didn't ever go back to the nostalgia of collecting the cards. Which, man, I wish I had.
Did you get back into the games at all?
Oh, no, I never played the Game Boy other than I just played Pokemon Go. I just played it constantly.
Okay.
And then I set it down after I was dominating. I was in all these Nashville Pokemon Go Facebook groups. And it's like, hey, this legendary just appeared over by Centennial. You got to get down here and go get it. And me and my manager, actually, so I took a break right after maybe a year or so of playing constantly. And then in 2017, 18 or so, I picked it back up. And my manager over at Dell at the time, he was into it. And he was like, hey,
let's go.
Let's take a long lunch break. We're going down to the Parthenon. There's all these Pokéstops. Let's go hit them. Because you had to actually go in person for Pokemon Go for people who don't understand what I'm talking about there. It's a geographic based game. But yeah, that I never was a card collector, so I never delved back into it, which in hindsight, it's a big regret.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hindsight.
Yeah, for sure.
Regrets. But I just want to, touch base on this. So each Pokemon release is coincided with a Pokemon release of the game.
Okay, I think I heard that somewhere.
So 2016, that would have been the Sun and Moon era.
Okay.
The beginning of the Sun and Moon era of the Pokemon TCG and the Pokemon game. So Sun and Moon came out on 2016 for the Nintendo DS.
Okay.
So anytime you hear Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet.
Yes.
That's what they're talking about.
Okay. So is that when it started with Sun and Moon? Was that the first?
No, it would have been
there was something before that.
The Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl,
2007 to 2011.
Gotcha. Okay.
Diamond and Pearl era.
So these are what is there? is it called something like a chapter or
eras?
Eras? Okay.
Eras.
So that's
And
the
then,
era.
Yeah, the era. And
Because
then
right now we're in the Scarlet and Violet era.
correct.
Okay.
And then within the era, they release expansion sets.
Gotcha.
So that's when you hear the Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolution,
gotcha.
Twilight Masquerade. Those are all some of the Scarlet and Violet era sets that are releasing currently.
Okay. Gotcha. So we're calling it, would you say chapter or set? I'm just writing this down because I want to know.
Yeah.
Era and then
Era. I call them eras.
Okay.
I'm sure there's,
I'll go with era. I like that.
Yeah. And then there's, expansion sets that come out during, the first set that comes out is going to be the base set of whatever it is. So the Scarlet and Violet, you hear Scarlet and Violet base set.
Gotcha.
So that's just the first set that comes out.
Which, fun fact, I do actually have the Scarlet and Violet, a case of that. I've got a case of that. I've got a case of the second one that came out, which was
Paldea Evolved.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That one's spiking right now. Someone just
got that Magikarp in there.
Oh, that's the one that has it in there. Okay, and then I've got Obsidian Flames. I've got those three.
That one's a little.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
There's not enough cards in that one.
Oh, is that right?
It's a Charizard heavy set, but in the long run,
which that's why I was like, that's gonna be very popular.
In the long run, it's gonna be good.
Okay,
all
right.
I think so, anyways. So
all right, so sorry, we keep flashing back and forward.
I love it.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now is as Scarlet and Violet, and that's what Prismatic is coming from that era.
Yeah, from the era.
Okay,
and then the thing about these eras is once the era is over, there's no more reprints.
That's good. Okay, that's good to know.
So it quits. They quit reprinting that card. You'll see like certain things trickle in on certain ones, but you won't see those cards anymore. And you won't see those sets in current eras. So like, for instance, the Scarlet and Violet era that we're in right now, you're not going to see anything from the Sun and Moon or the XY era in any of the packs that are in, any of the boxes that are in now.
Gotcha.
The collection boxes, right?
Okay, yep.
The only exception to that rule is that within the era, they have these like special sets that don't necessarily like come with booster boxes, and that's like Crown Zenith, like Evolutions 151. Those Pokemon like puts out those sets intentionally to just kind of like keep reprinting the crap out of them.
So those are historically less valuable than
not necessarily.
Okay.
So like Hidden Fates is one of those sets, which is super popular.
Yeah.
Shining Fates, Prismatic Evolutions is going to be one of them.
That's going to be one as well.
That's going to be one of them.
Okay.
So there won't be a booster box.
Gotcha.
There's not a box. There's 36 packs in it. The most amount of packs you can get is going to be in the ETB, which means an elite trainer box.
Okay. Yep.
So for the person that wants to actually play the TCG, the trading card game, you buy one of these elite trainer boxes, and everything that you need to play the game is in there. You get the dice, you get the packs, you get like a little book that tells you all the cards that are in the set,
which I really like. Like, and it's a nice, because when I first saw this, or at least I remember first seeing it when because I did get one other case from the Scarlet and Violet era, which was 151, and I was breaking.
You got a case of ETBs of 151?
Yeah.
You still have it?
No, I sold them all.
How much did you sell them for?
Cheaper than I should have. Well, I gave one to my daughter. I gave one to my nephew. But this was like right after it came out too. So before any price spikes.
That's fixing to dry. 151's fixing to dry up. So the last product from 151 that's fixing to come out, Blooming Waters, which is a big box of 10 packs.
Oh, okay.
It's going crazy. Have you seen any of the videos of like people hitting up Costco that are like,
oh, that's what that is? Like when they're just tackling each other to get boxes of that?
Yeah.
Is it just releasing at Costco? Is that?
No, they're releasing everywhere, but Costco is the ones that are currently getting them first than everybody else.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another one that doesn't have like, it's not a set like we've been talking about as far as like
you can still use them to play the TCG, but there's not like a booster box for it.
And they'll reprint some of
these.
They'll
reprint a lot. Like, yeah. Like they just like I can still find like Shining Fates product like out in the wild.
How old is that?
Man, I would think 2001.
Oh, what? 2001?
Excuse me, 2021.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2021, that can still be found out there.
Okay. Yeah. Like I would find it at a Walmart,
that's because
like
they
an ETB, like
reprinted
all the time. Exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the same with 151.
Correct.
And that's the same with
Prismatic Evolutions. So
Prismatic Evolution.
That's the thing where a lot of people that are new to the hobby, they're going crazy right now because they're like, oh, if I don't get this Prismatic Evolution, like right now, I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to be able to open it.
Yeah.
It's going to come out and it's going to be out there readily available for a long time.
So that I don't understand then. Why are the prices going for so much?
Because like people have FOMO, Jesse. They want to be the first to market for the new Umbreon. Really? Have you seen any of these pull rates?
No. Are they good or bad?
Abysmal.
They're that bad.
So I believe
when he says pull rates, he just means like how often you actually get one of the best cards in the set.
So I do want to touch base on this because for me to keep going on,
yeah,
I want to talk about the different rarities of these pack sets. Okay. So like when we were kids, you saw a holo, that's like the best card.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It had the little shine on there.
Exactly. So now in each pack, you're getting a holo. You're getting a holo and you're getting a reverse holo, no matter what.
I thought they even changed it. You're getting like 2 reverse holos in a holo.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the rarities are,
as you can tell, if you're listening to all of this, is there's a lot of nuance that goes into the people that are hardcore collectors. But this is also good just for like the basic collector of like, hey, do I even care to get this Prismatic Evolutions?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to end up asking after you go through this. Go ahead. What's the
rarity? You have, of course, you have your common, uncommon,
right,
and then you have your star or the rare, which is and then all those. When you see a card, you'll see a little symbol. Like a circle is a common, a diamond is an uncommon, and then a rare is a star.
Okay. And so that's typically on the bottom of the card.
On the bottom of the card, right? Okay. And then you move on to higher rarities, which these would be more of like, or just, ultra rares, which is your GX, your EX, your GX, your V, your VMAX, your V stars.
And that actually says those words at the top of the card somewhere. And aren't those typically more of like your maybe not a full art, but more artwork on the card or something?
There's more art. There's more artwork on the card. Correct. And then you have something called a secret rare.
Oh, okay.
Which is your gold card, your rainbow cards, your alternate art cards.
Oh, okay. How do I know if it's an alternate art or not?
You would just have to
research
it. Like for instance, you'll have the regular art of a card,
sure,
and then you have like a alternate art, which they started doing that, I believe, don't quote me, in the Sun and Moon era.
Okay. So 2021, you said, or something like that? Or is that earlier?
So, yeah, I believe it's or the XY. I believe they started doing the first secret rare cards were in an XY era, which is 2013 to 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Rainbow Rares got introduced in the Sun and Moon 2016 to 2020. Alternate art cards were introduced in the Sword and Shield era.
Oh, so not too far.
Not too far.
Sword and Shield was the era right before the current one we're in, which is Scarlet and Violet. Okay.
Correct.
And then just because I pull a card that has, say, a full art, I affectionately call them flart cards.
Flart.
I started doing that when I was pulling Star Wars Unlimited cards that were full art. Flarts. So there you go.
That sounds like a Star Wars little a little creature
alien,
or something. Yeah. It's like
the little flart.
Watch out with the flarts.
It gave us milk for our trip across the galaxy. Yeah. Anyway, so every flart card, full art card that you pull isn't not necessarily going to be, some high dollar card.
Correct.
Because there are these other not only alternative art, but there's also variations, whether it's like a Max or a VMAX or something like that as well.
Correct.
Okay, so
one of the dead giveaways on a card that's worth a lot of money in these current sets is when you look at the card, if it has texture on it, that's usually a pretty good indication that it's a good card.
Someone literally asked me the other day, "Hey, why does this card have texture on it?" I was like,
and that's how you can tell what a real card from a fake card looks like.
Because that's a big thing in the space too.
There's a lot of fakes out there. Like we see it on the what's the other Facebook group?
The non-sports cards nonsense.
Yes, the non-sports card nonsense where they'll take a picture of all these cards and they're all like heavy Charizards. Yeah. They're like, oh, I just bought these.
What's a heavy Charizard?
Or just like the whole picture is like nothing but Charizards, you know?
It's like the same card just reprinted.
And it's like, I just bought these, like how much, like how much are they worth? And the first comment, it's like, they're fake, bro.
Yes.
You can just dead giveaway, like by the shine and all that. Like if you take a look at this Moonbreon card.
Because this is one of the more recent high pop ones. Or not high pop, but
the big money ones right there. You can see the texture on it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones.
For you sport people out there, the texture on there, honestly,
it's amazing.
Kind of looks similar to like, say when you pull a like a superfractor or something. If you've ever seen one of those from Topps, where it's like a 1 of 1 and there's kind of these little tiny circles. You can see the lines, the grooves of those. That's very similar to what you're seeing on these. And
cards. Most of them, like the way that they do the texture, it adds to the artwork.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like for instance, this like Blastoise card, like the texture is like a round, in a circle.
Yeah,
it just keeps
it's
going
not just
in.
the same pattern on every
so
one.
Like, it's nice. It is super nice.
It does add to the visual appeal too. As you like change it in the light, it kind of looks almost. Whoa! With this this is the 2023 Pokemon Mew Blastoise EX Special Illustration Rare. It's a PSA 10, I might add.
Yeah.
As you move this thing, because of not only the coating and coloring, but the texture on there, it looks almost like the eyes are lighting up.
It's cool.
It's very nice. Cool. Yeah.
They do a really good job on that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a good way to indicate what's worth a lot and what's not worth a lot.
Gotcha.
And of course you can always use apps to scan the cards. One of my favorite apps is the Rare Candy app, which is like Pokemon term, which is a PokeTuber named Leonhardt created the app.
Oh, cool.
And it tells you the value of the card and it's really easy to scan. It's free. So that's a good way for like people, if you're if you find your kids or your old collection and you want to know how much it is, that's a good way to do it.
Okay.
But with that being the case, there is always a nuance to like what's worth money and what's not worth money, right?
Sure.
So like these promo cards, they don't have any texture on them.
Yeah, okay.
But they're worth a lot of money.
So what promo card is that right there?
So I have here both the Luigi and Mario Poncho Pikachu.
And it's basically just Pikachu dressed up as Mario and Luigi characters from Nintendo. The fact that when I first saw these, I was like, this has to be valuable. Like, so long as they didn't just like
collab, right?
Yeah, the collab of IP has to indicate some kind of value here. And you're saying they are, right?
Yeah, okay. They are. So, but the crazy thing is when that box dropped, like maybe, I want to say maybe even 4 years ago, like in 2020, you could have bought that card for $200.
And what's it go for now?
Raw, I'm not too sure. I haven't checked. I think that the PSA 9, I think is like close to $435, something like that.
$435.
No.
Wait.
4,000.
4,000.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
How much? Okay, right now, how much in Pokemon cards is sitting on this table?
I mean, this is probably together.
Yeah, those two, Mario and Luigi?
Six.
Okay.
Those two.
Those are both PSA 9s. Okay.
Yeah. A 10 is
again
astronomical. Yeah. So I was happy to find those 9s, which I got to tell you a quick story about this Mario Pikachu.
Yeah.
So I bought this on eBay, right? Because I had to have it.
Yeah.
So I paid a lot of money for it.
Okay.
Right.
When was this?
Maybe a year ago.
About a year ago.
A year ago. Right. I knew it was going to go up because I see the trends and I see, like when you go to card shows and you present a Poncho Pikachu, and there's other ones. There's like a Charizard Poncho, and that's like when Pikachu's like wearing like almost like a costume.
I got you. I've seen that. Okay.
So there's like a Gyarados and there's like a Rayquaza, like different ones, right? When you bring this up to like a vendor, usually they'll pay 75 to like 80% of what comps are.
Okay, so similar to like sports cards. Yeah.
So they'll play close to full comps.
Really?
Like 95% whenever you bring up a Poncho.
Just because like rarity?
they sell like hotcakes.
Really?
Everyone wants a poncho. So I bought this, right? You know, I love eBay. I sell on eBay. You know, you get a lot of protection on there. For more protection, I purchased it with my credit card just in case something were to happen.
Oh,
right?
okay. Smart.
I get the notification that it's delivered. I go to my mailbox. It's not there.
Oh, no.
This is the most expensive card that I've ever purchased on one time, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm freaking out, Jesse.
I'm
immediately on the phone with eBay, telling them the situation, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, they said they mailed it. You know, the tracking shows it, you know, like, we'll see. It's like, let's start a claim or whatever. It didn't show up till 3 days later. So somehow it got like lost, like maybe whatever. So I opened up my mailbox. It is in a yellow vanilla like envelope.
Are you kidding me?
Just the slab, no bubble, no cardboard.
Who's the monster that sold you that card?
Bro.
Dude.
Insane.
I cannot believe that it wasn't like, was the case damaged at all?
No.
Oh, man.
Insane, bro. Insane. I was livid.
I can only imagine.
I could not believe it because I looked at my mailbox and I was like, well, this is the only thing that's in here. I looked at the return address.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the card.
The guy, yeah.
And I opened it up and I'm thinking it's coming in like a box.
Yes.
Double, triple box wrapped. You know, I would.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. That is such a risk. Wow.
It's crazy. So needless to say, they got a terrible review.
Yeah.
I have the card and I'm super happy that it showed up and you know, we got it in a slab mag just in case, you know.
What would you say is your most valuable Pokemon card?
Probably this one.
The Mario
one. And
Poncho.
shoot. Probably by tomorrow or whenever, where is it? The Moonbryon, wherever it is.
Right there. Yeah.
I mean, if it keeps going up.
So that,
I mean, I saw sold for like 29. Like,
how is that possible? By the way,
it's crazy. Like it's going to hit $3,000 by the end of the month.
Can I ask you, do you think there's market manipulation or why do you think the pricing?
So much market manipulation in Pokemon, I think.
Really?
Especially because of TCG Player.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can post their cards on TCG Player and just buy them, right? So like
they post it and then they are the same ones that are buying it.
They could. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying, but either way, like if Jesse, like if you got a bunch of like, I don't know, just like random Pikachu card on TCG Player and you bought them all and you like relisted them all for like a higher price. And of course you got to have like somebody else buy them.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going up and up and up and up.
But that's the thing. You start a trend and then other people are like, they don't know that it's fake. So they're out there doing the selling for the same amount and other people are buying because they think, oh, that's what they're selling for.
Yeah.
And you think that is happening more? Well,
I think it happens a lot. I think it is happening a lot. And
well, like what about? It seems like almost everything's going up, or at least a lot of
everything
the
is
Scarlet.
going up.
Is it everything, or is it Scarlet and Violet, the most recent era stuff?
Everything is going up.
Why?
Modern is booming.
Is there a reason, or do you think that's going to crash?
I think the reason is that there's a lot of reasons. Of course, I think it's like kind of like a little bit of a perfect storm.
Okay,
we do that being the perfect storm being we're just coming off the release of Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks is a really good set. There's a lot of really good cards in there. Okay. There's the Latios that's in there that's really nice, special illustration rare. The Pikachu that's in there that's a special illustration rare.
Yep.
A couple other cards that are in there. It's fantastic artwork on those cards. I think that set in general has a lot of longevity going forward. And now we have Evolving Skies 2.0, aka Prismatic Evolutions.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That one looks very similar, at least to my untrained eye, as what you saw in Surging Sparks. Is this new thing?
Well, the new from Evolution. You talking about Evolving Skies?
No. Wait. Hang on.
So Evolving Skies was a set that released, I want to say 3 years ago.
Oh wait, so Evolving Skies.
Evolving Skies is where that Moonbryon came from,
and this is
basically like the new Evolving Skies.
So I see what you're saying.
All the evolutions that are in Evolving Skies
yes,
are in this one. You know, you have your Leafeon, your Glaceon, your Sylveon, which I don't know, you're looking at me like a deer in headlights.
Well, yeah.
So these are all like evolutions of Eevee.
Yes. Okay.
Which I think, and everybody loves a good evolution.
It does seem like Eevee has become like the modern day. Well, I won't say it's overtaken Pikachu or Charizard, but it does seem to be one of the most popular Pokemon.
I think my take on that is it's, for the lack of a better term, like general neutral.
Oh, okay.
Like not only men collect evolutions, but you have a lot of women collecting those cards too.
Interesting point. Yeah.
So it's like, I want the cute Moon Kitty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
like,
well, and it's dark, but there's also like,
you know, like there's like a mystique.
Yeah, but there's something beautiful at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
So like, like this card right here, like this Bubble Mew that just released from Paldean Fates.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's adorable.
Yeah, it's a very precious card. I assume the value is not the same though as the Moonbreon.
You should see how much this card is going up. Like this
really?
Yes, it's insane.
So then let me ask you, we've talked about Pokemon from basically beginning to now. If I want to get into it just now, or I was already into it as a kid and now we're getting back. How do I decide if now's the right time? Because it seems to me
now's always the right time.
But you just told me about how everything is going up in price. It seems like I've been priced out.
You are, and I feel like the hobby of Pokemon collecting, the average family that just wants to get their kids some Pokemon cards are going to get priced out. Because they're going to go back. It's going to be 2020 all over again, or even worse. Because I was there.
Yeah.
I was standing outside of Target at 7 a.m, hoping to get some Pokemon cards.
Wow.
Some to open and some to resell.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if I can sell this one box, it's going to pay for all the other boxes that I'm going to open up.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, I'll sell this one box just to pay for all the boxes that I'm buying.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So
I cannot believe it would go for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, like now it sucks, but like I feel like I'm actually like worried for the hobby a little bit.
But don't you think like
it's almost like cryptocurrency, like
really?
Because it's like, just for an example, there's a new set that's coming out.
Not prismatic,
something together. Could you?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find anything on it.
Journey Together. Wow.
Journey to find it. Yeah.
Journey Together.
Okay.
They just released some ETBs and some booster boxes on the Pokemon Center this week. Sold out instantly. And the release hasn't even happened. And the box, 36-pack box is like $100. They're selling for like $250 on eBay right now. And the set is mid at best, Jesse.
Really?
It's not like you get to see like some of the cards that are releasing.
Yeah.
Mid at best, because I feel like these crypto bros are just buying these cards as an investment and not necessarily like buying them for the love of collecting, and that's a fine line. Cause like we were mentioning earlier, like I am a reseller.
Yeah.
I buy and sell things online.
You're walking a fine line.
I'm walking a real fine line between collector and, dare I say, scalper almost.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. That's what so many out in the card world are. They're somewhere in the middle. They collect, but they try and flip a little here and there.
Yeah,
they might
just so
because
you're getting priced out.
But
like I can't buy I won't be able to buy. And I just saw before I got here, our good friends over at Nash Cards.
Oh yeah.
They're going to have prismatic evolutions, 2 ETBs per person.
Max. Wow.
Max. And then the MSRP is $50, which to each his own, $100 a box.
But that sounds like better than what you're getting it online in some cases. Yeah, that's not
so
bad.
It's a supply and demand thing, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Right?
So then tell me this. Is it artificial, or is it like, if it's the crypto bros that are doing this, that would seem to me like it's going to crash.
I thought it was going to crash back in 2020.
Didn't it though? Like, didn't prices come down? Didn't prices come down?
But I mean, they're up more than ever.
Wow.
That's the thing. They'll dip and go up. Collecticon season is right around the corner. Also,
what's Collecticon?
Collecticon is a big TCG collecting
conference, like just a get together.
It's and it's a buying like a trade show.
Oh, okay.
So it's like Pokemon, mainly Pokemon. You know, you have some One Piece, you have some Dragon Ball, you have some, you know, everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Right. Of non-sports is in a Collecticon.
Is it mainly TCGs though? Of those, because I mean, isn't Dragon Ball Z a TCG? One Piece a TCG?
It's a TCG.
Okay.
Which I don't collect any of those cards.
I'm just trying to think. Like, do I need to go to this Collecticon?
There's February, Atlanta. Let's go.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's a drive.
That's the closest
from here.
one. Yeah.
Wow.
We should go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about this.
So a lot of these cards, they'll probably see a spike a little bit because everyone wants to purchase those cards.
Okay.
You know, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Collecticon season comes, some of the cards get bumped up.
It's kind of like at the like around the national.
Exactly.
For the card
Same
show.
thing.
Okay.
Same thing. So,
all right. So what I'm hearing, I mean, there's like,
and it's a fine line, Jesse. Like, I like collecting Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I love the hunt of it, right?
Sure.
Sometimes I'll be looking for a card, I finally buy it, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then it's like, you have the flip side to where it's like, man, I can get $3,000 for that Umbreon right now. You know? I mean, literally, I have sold this Umbreon probably, or, you know, the same card, of course, different cards, but the same card.
Yeah.
I've sold 3 of them in leading up to now.
Yeah.
The first 2 I sold for $900. And I thought that I was getting a banging deal. The third one I sold for $1,700. And now it's up to almost $3,000.
That's so sick to me. Okay. This card right here, this is 2018 PM Japan
promo Munch.
Pikachu Munch, a retrospective, which is meant to look like that's Van Gogh, right? Or is that what?
No, Munch, the Scream.
Oh, the Scream.
Yeah. The Van Gogh is this one.
That's right, because I've got the Van Gogh Pikachu. So they
went crazy for that Van Gogh also.
Oh,
at the Van Gogh Museum.
We talked about that at the last episode. In fact, that was very little of what we talked about as far as Pokemon goes. But this one, the Scream, which is a very iconic art piece. What does this card go for?
I don't know what that one is because it is a PSA 6. I did have a 10. And they have different variations. There's a Psyduck, an Eevee.
Someone literally posted the Psyduck, Eevee, and one other
the
one.
Rowlet, I think it's an owl.
Yes. Yeah. They posted that on the non-sport Facebook group today.
I love those cards. The cool thing, and there's the Eevee's cool because there's a Gengar in the background. Like if you see this one, there's a Eevee in the background, like the silhouette.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And Gengar is like there's some cards that are like just loved in the Pokemon that are just like loved. Gengar, Eevee, Pikachu, Mew, Charizard, like those are the one. Like Gengar always sells. Like if you want to collect something like Gengar always sells. My favorite Gengar card I have here is a Skyridge, and these are rare. Those Skyridge cards right there. There's because if you see on the side, there's like a little barcode.
Yeah.
So those are used to scan the card for the game.
Really?
So you could scan that card. And then it would, I didn't know what it did in the game, but a lot of those cards are rare because people would actually use them.
Wow.
To scan.
I didn't realize you could actually scan any
exactly
Pokemon card.
like a credit card. You would go, it'd scan it through like this card reader thing.
Yeah.
So, and this one's cool because there's a swirl right there. That's a cool. Okay, so here's a little nuance with some collecting Pokemon.
Okay.
Whenever there's a hollow pattern, especially in vintage, like the Skyridge card, if there's a swirl in a good spot, which is like random.
Oh, the swirl is not.
The swirl is random.
It's not the same on every card.
No, it's part of the hollow pattern.
Oh.
So it's random. So
it could be the exact same character, same Pokemon.
The exact same card.
But it's a different swirl. I didn't realize that.
It's different. It's the same hollow pattern, but the chance of it getting a swirl on the hollow pattern is rare.
Really?
So that card holds a premium than another card that is the same grade because there's a swirl.
I'm going to tell you, I love having you on for this episode. We are literally like, Like I thought about clearing out the space for recording this episode before we started, but I was like, nah, we won't hit that mark. We've been talking about this much longer than I planned to, but you've given so much information that I feel feels vital for anybody who's like not only starting to collect, but really wanting to dive deeper into it. And it sounds like if you want to get into it,
there's a lot.
Now may not be the worst time.
We haven't even started. We haven't touched like promos. There's a lot.
You're coming back. That's all there is to it. We'll have you back. We'll talk more Pokemon. If you're into it at all, guys, I sincerely suggest you check out where do you go to get this information? Can they watch you somewhere?
They can watch me. This? You can come over to the Nashville Flippers on YouTube. I mentioned I've started doing buyer point of view videos on there.
Oh, cool.
So that's another reason I think like the hobby is booming.
Yeah.
The vendor point of view videos that are going nuts on YouTube.
I see those all the time. Guys set up at card shows and they've just got the camera set up watching.
Do they do that on sports?
Yes. Yeah. They do. Okay. But it's funny because I think it's just my algorithm. I feel like I see more non-sport than I do sport. Yeah. But yes. Yeah.
But I feel like that, and of course, like ripping and shipping and stuff like that, all that. But come over to the YouTube channel, the Nashville Flippers, listen to the podcast This Week in Reselling.
Okay.
And and if you ever have any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram or send me an email, the NashvilleFlippers@gmail.com.
Perfect, man. Okay. Well, before we end the show, I did want to hit up the non-sport mailbag. I have not had much of a chance to actually go through all of this, but the first few questions in there I thought were pretty good. So we're going to take this as it goes. Hopefully it's not too insane. Let's see. One of our first questions from John Dudley. He says, by the way, he's a great writer. He writes for the Sports Cards Nonsense newsletter. He says, what are the top properties that don't have cards yet? Here's my answer for you, John. If it's a top property, it has cards. I don't think there's really, because that was the reason why I mentioned earlier why I was looking up like highest grossing media franchises. I saw that question. I was like, oh, well, I want to try and have an answer. So I'll go through this list, and you've got like from top down, Pokemon, Mickey Mouse and Friends,
Hello Kitty's probably
Winnie
somewhere
the
on
Pooh,
there, right?
Star Wars. Hello Kitty is on this list a little bit further down, but she's on here. Yeah, she's right beneath Batman and right above Spider-Man.
Wow.
But Hello Kitty
beating out Peter Parker.
Yes. But Hello Kitty does have cards. Batman has cards. Winnie the Pooh. I pulled the 1 of 1 Winnie the Pooh. I know there are cards of that. There are cards of literally just about every piece of IP that's on this list. The only one that I couldn't really think of that would be there's some that are just less popular, I guess. So Barbie, I don't really think there's a lot of.
Isn't a Barbie card?
I'm sure I'm saying there probably are, but it's just not as popular in card form, right? But as far as collectability goes, I mean, she's in the top 10 for collectibles, right? Call of Duty is interesting.
Oh,
Call of Duty is on this list right above Batman, even. $31 billion industry.
Does Call of Duty have cards?
Media franchise. And that was the one that kind of popped out to me as far as I don't know if Call of Duty or really many video games have cards. Now, Halo does, and they will have. In fact, Upper Deck is coming up on a new release of some Halo cards coming out. The first ones are very valuable. Hey, you leave the Halo song to this. All right, here.
I don't want to get copyrighted by the.
I don't like to brag, but I've been practicing it. So Halo's got a number of cards that not only came out and have, but other than that, Fortnite and a few others. I think that's probably your biggest segment of media that might not have cards out there yet. I'm not saying we necessarily need cards, but there will be collectors of them. So why not? Throw more the merrier in the non-sport world. Just because you have a card does not mean I have to collect it.
Correct.
Right? Like
there is a video game card that I'm very interested in. It was big back in 2020, Fortnite cards.
Yeah. That was one of the ones I think I meant. All right. If I didn't, I meant to mention Fortnite. Yeah. But they've gone down.
I'm interested in that because those kids are going to grow up. And they're gonna be like, I want some tangible Fortnite thing.
Oh,
Like maybe I can get a Peely 1 of 1.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Maybe now's the time.
Because like when it's down.
They've come down in value. Now, granted, some still hold some value. In fact, someone posted a picture the other day. There was like 4 Fortnite cards they had in their hand. They're like, this could pay off all of my wife's credit card debt, but oh well.
Better pay off that. See, that's that fine line, right?
Right. Absolutely. So John, thank you for the question. That was very good. Let's see. Next one on the list. We'll just do 1 or 2 more, and we might have to save these for future episodes. Jeremy Walker says, would you consider Lego to be collectible or toys or both? There are some major sets that definitely aren't what I'd call toys for kids. He goes on to talk about some other non-sport stuff, but
are you a big Lego guy, Jesse?
So here's the thing. I loved Legos growing up. It's again, one of those things where you just kind of phase out. And then when you get older,
Lego is I got into Lego hard like a couple years ago.
Oh, really? You've
Star
got
Wars
some
Lego?
sets? Have you like built out some sets?
Oh yeah.
See, and I know they can be pretty valuable. I know they can be very collectible.
They retire. And so when, especially Star Wars Legos.
Yeah.
When they go to retire, I buy a bunch of them and they're like just sitting in my garage.
Like, do you think they're up in value from the time you bought them?
Oh yeah.
So obviously they're collectible.
Oh yeah.
And obviously
minifigs.
Yes. Yeah. Just the actual Lego man, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's a Lego figure on the logo for this show for Hobby Nonsense. So it does mean, I think it's obvious that it is a collectible, but I don't think just because it's a collectible doesn't mean it can't be a toy, right? Pokemon cards are a game, but it's a collectible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be crossover many times. Not every Lego is a toy, especially if it's more maybe adult driven, but does that actually disqualify now that I think about it? Because can a toy not be for adults? I'm going to stop there. Actually, never mind.
I would think that the majority of the people that are buying toys right now are adults.
That's an interesting. Well, I mean, the kids don't have credit cards, so that makes sense.
The newest Lego set that's releasing at the end of the year, they're redoing the Death Star. First ever Lego set that is $1,000.
It's coming out at $1,000.
It's coming out at $1,000.
Really? So you can only imagine probably resale of that thing.
Yeah, it's got to retire first.
Yeah, but eventually,
and then they don't make them anymore.
Okay. All right, and let me see. Let me just grab one more from here. Let me see if I can find someone I don't recognize names of. There's a lot of them, actually. All right, so Chris Mixer says, do you actively share and post your collection as often as possible or withhold a bit because you're exhausted from messages about trades and availability? That's a good question, Chris. I know me personally, as someone who breaks a lot and someone who is in a lot of social media and content creation, it gets hard to actually post my own personal things just because it's like I got overwhelmed with making a post for a show or trying to drive up content or something like that. And I often will think in the back of my head, oh crap, when was the last time I actually posted something in the Facebook group that I started, the Non-Sports Cards Nonsense? It was the sister group that I started a while back so we could all have a place for our non-sport cards. And I'm over here thinking, when was the last time I actually posted a picture of my own stuff? So it does come up. And that's one of the tricks, right? That line that we all walk as collectors / flippers of, hey, am I making time that I'm not like being overwhelmed with the flipping side to still show off the things that I love so others can see them too? So yeah,
it's weird because, like, especially with cards, like you put them in this box and then just
once they go on the Zion case, it's like I don't really think about them. I just know they're safe. I don't really think necessarily about them.
Yeah, but then it's like, man, that's why I was like, man, I got to bring some of my PC to show Jesse because it's like this is an opportunity to show off some of my PC.
Seriously, dude, I wish you had done the math to know how much is sitting on this table. Like literally,
and it'll be more tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's just stocks,
stonks. All right. Well, there you go. The hobby. Can't even pronounce the name of the own show.
You got it, man. You got it.
Hobby Nonsense. I'm Jesse Gibson. This has been Ray Solorio. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Jesse, for having me on, man. This has been a pleasure.
The first real meaningful conversation we've had since middle school. No, that's not true. But
since allegedly downloading the Saint Lunatics album on Napster. Allegedly.
Never happened. I don't download anything illegally and never would have. I can't wait to, we'll have you back in the future, definitely for more Pokemon and trips down memory lane.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ray. Thank you to our producer, and thank you guys all for supporting the show. If you like what you're hearing, again, as mentioned earlier in the show, you can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube. And as previously mentioned as well, the episodes will be videoed and posted about a week or so after they air. I think that's the idea. So if you want to see more of what we've been talking about, you can go out and watch it there. So be sure to subscribe, and thank you guys.